Hello YouTube, this is Tim Canadian Comic Hunter coming at you with another comic book haul. Anyways, it's been about a month since I did a haul, so I've been collecting quite a few books here and there, so I just wanted to show them off. Anyways, a lot of stuff going on around the community, a lot of good stuff, a lot of people's hauls that have been pretty epic, you know. So if you haven't got around to checking some channels out, here's a few channels I'd like to recommend to you, so to check out a couple of their hauls. So yeah, a Poor Man's Comics just came back from a con recently. So C2E2, I think it is. Anyways, he's got some pretty epic books. So I'd like you to go over to his channel, check out A Poor Man's Comics. Really awesome dude, really cool YouTuber, and just a really great guy. And he collects a lot of different kinds of books that you might not know are out there. So definitely check out his channel if you get a chance. I'd also like to recommend Vin Crew. A lot of you guys that are newer to the YouTube community might not know who Vin Crew is, but definitely a guy who knows his comic books. So another channel, please check out if you get a chance, because he can help you with basically understanding what to look for, keys, second printings, older books, Silver Age, modern. He's all over the place. This man knows a lot about comic books, and again, it's just, you know, there's other ways to figure out what's hot or not besides looking at top 10 lists out there on the YouTube. So definitely try to use these different channels as resources. My main man, Walking Jedi. If you want to see a collector that has some good stuff, please go, and I highly recommend his channel. Again, for a lot of you newer YouTubers out there, Walking Jedi, definitely a channel and a resource to look at for some of the books that are hot and maybe you don't know about, because he's always picking up stuff. Doesn't put out a lot of videos anymore, maybe once, twice every few months, but definitely it's worth the wait, and check it out. And I'd just like to say another small shout out to Comicaholics. Happy birthday, Wayne, and happy belated Jess. These guys just had their birthdays. I just want to say happy birthday, and you guys are great. Keep doing what you do, and we'll keep watching, and let those subs grow, okay? That's pretty amazing anyways. Okay, so on with the haul, and I hope you like what I'm ready to show off this week. All right. All right, so the first set of books that I'm going to show off today are magazine size comics, I guess, or magazines that were put out. Looks like around the same time Heavy Metal was released. No, to compete with Heavy Metal. So Marvel Magazine had a magazine company also, or they're distributing, you know, for Epic Illustrated. These are the one that I'm showing right now is a Frank Frazetta cover. Really cool. This is Epic #1. I got this for $1. I found it in a thrift store, so it's kind of cool. So yeah, Epic Illustrated #1. This is the last issue, again done by Frank Frazetta cover. So if you're a Frank Frazetta collector, definitely a book to look out for. Check your magazines, or if they got older stuff. Sometimes they don't, but again, there's like different stories in here by different writers and authors and people that sketched and stuff, so it's pretty cool. So they have Arthur Sudan. This is Sudan cover. So sorry, I said it was a Frank Frazetta. This is Sudan cover. Also, you know, Bill Sienkiewicz is in here. There's some really pretty epic artwork. So yeah, so this was the last issue of Epic. This is in the middle. I picked this up too. This is a really cool Bill Sienkiewicz cover. I'm a huge Bill Sienkiewicz fan, so definitely a book to look out for. A super nice white cover. This is the last story of Galactus. That again was just a really cool, like, epic story that went on for throughout Epic's I guess run in the magazine. So they had the last story of Galactus. Again, John Byrne, Terry Austin. So really cool cover, something to look out for if you're looking for magazines anyways. This is the Comic Journal. I'm a huge Jack Kirby fan, so I just wanted to pick this up. Really cool pickup. Talks a lot about comics and a lot about other things, so definitely something to look for if you're looking for some Jack Kirby artwork and stuff like that. This is the Deadly Hand of Kung Fu 33. I don't know if this, I think this is the second appearance of the Daughters of the Dragon, I'm not sure. Anyways, I'm not quite sure about all these basically magazines. I didn't really look them up too well. Sorry about that, guys. This is Deadly Hand of Kung Fu number 1. This is volume 2. This is the third appearance of what is his name, Iron Fist in comics, so in magazine form. This is Dracula Lives. I don't know which one this one is actually, but yeah, this is Dracula Lives title. I picked these up too. They were there. All these were $1, so this is another Dracula Lives cover. Pretty awesome. I can't remember. There is one that's done by Neil Adams. I think it's coming up, but pretty cool Dracula Lives stuff. Again, they're not super keys. This is Dracula Lives number 1. Boris cover. Anyways, really cool artwork again. Mainly picked it up for the artwork. And I think this is the Neil Adams cover anyways. Really awesome monster size Dracula pinup. Anyways, pretty cool. They're pretty cool books, you know, and not in bad shape except for probably that first epic number 1 has a lot of tape on it. So just some books to look out for if you're into collecting everything, which I do most of the time if I see it for a good price. Anyways, on with the comic book haul. Get into some new books and some stuff I picked up in the last few weeks. All right. All right, YouTube, back again. Okay, so I'm going to wing this a little bit. I usually try to, you know, look up a couple things because I'm not always good at remembering everything, why I buy things, why I'm interested in different things. So it's going to be a little different this time, a little bit less planned out. All right, so okay, so the first part of this haul is going to consist of some keys and other things to look out for, you know, and some newer comic books that I'm pretty happy about picking up. All right, so yeah, to start off this wonderful haul on this wonderful Wednesday is when I recorded this. I picked up today the Incredible Hulk 181 basically reprinted edition, which came out today, dropped everywhere in stores. So if you don't have a copy of your Hulk 181, definitely the $3.99 price tag to get all those advertisements. I've kind of picked up everything except for the Guardians of the Galaxy one. I think that was the other one that came out, plus the Fantastic Four, which I did pick up. I do like these. I think they're more authentic than most reprints, so I rather pay the for us it's like almost a $5 cover charge, $5.30 actually for the book. I'll pay that any day to get a beautiful reprinted copy. If I want to display this, definitely something I can do. So yeah, so this is a Bill Sienkiewicz cover, Fantastic Four number 8, 1 in 25 variant. Picked this up today. I was really happy. My shop usually doesn't get these, so this is just a gorgeous cover. Really happy to get that. This is Sabrina the Teenage Witch number 1, Adam Hughes cover. So if you guys didn't know, Adam Hughes did another cover for I guess he loves Archie's because he's always doing these Archie type covers, but this is definitely a really cool one to pick up. This is a Steve Aoki Neon Future. I pre-ordered this one. Pretty hard to find. Some shops didn't bring this one in. So Steve Aoki is a DJ. I'm into music. I'm into a lot of different DJs and different kinds of musicians. So anytime a musician has a comic book that maybe even looks similar to him, I will pick up. And this is just a really awesome, beautiful butterfly neon future cover. All right. Like I said, no particular order. This is Alpha Flight 41, first appearance of the Purple Girl. Pretty nice copy. That's why I picked it up. You can see there's like not very much damages to it. Not a very big book, just a small key book. This is Superman number 10. This is the variant, first appearance of the Super Sons. Not the hottest, it's not the cover that everyone's been looking for, but it's definitely something that was hot when basically Rebirth came out. All right. This got really hot for some reason. I want to give a shout out to the Comicaholics. They were the first channel to show this off that I can remember. This is Hulk 115 or 115. I got something else in my brain. This is Hulk 15. Basically, the first appearance of the Red She-Hulk. They had featured this in their channel maybe over a year ago or something, saying that they had wished that this could be a character that could definitely come into the movies, definitely be something. So that was the original reason I started picking these up. But I found this in a dollar bin, I think, before it blew up. This is Hulk number 9. No particular order, just really like Arthur Adams covers. So this one's a pretty cool cover. Zoom in. Not bad, eh? It's got all the Hulk ladies on there. All right, and She-Hulk and Red Hulk just got his. Oh well, guess it can't be that bad. Okay, so this is Alan Moore, Courtyard. I picked this up in a dollar bin. This book kind of goes for a little bit. It kind of goes with this book. This book was I already pre-picked this book up here. I just wanted to show the differences. So basically reprinted. And this is trade paperback version, but yeah, they go for a little bit, so definitely look out for them. This one I think you can find is cheaper cost, but if you're an Alan Moore fan like I am, it's definitely a nice book to own. Oni double feature. I was hoping this was the first appearance of Jay and Silent Bob. I don't think it is, but anyways, the reason I picked this up is because if you get these, there's 3 different printings. I think the first printing is worth something, the next 2 are not. So, but this is the 3rd printing, so it's just cool. I really like Jay and Silent Bob. Just a really cool book to own. This is Sia Um's Lola number 1. This is the A cover. Sia is a really, really cool artist. I think anyone that likes kind of Japanese anime style, a little bit like rugged, a little bit harsher lines and stuff, but she's got a good storytelling ability. She came out with this story again with Aspen Comics. That's Michael Turner's comic line, so definitely a book to look out for. And there's plenty of really beautiful covers if you're a Sia collector, Spidey fan. That's a shout out to you, because I think you were the first person to talk about her that I can recall, and it's one of the reasons I was searching for that book. All right, so I went to a comic book shop I normally don't go to in Montreal, which is on De Carry, where comics, really sad story with that shop. A couple years ago, shop actually caught fire, and shop owner lost a lot of really big keys. We didn't go into detail about what keys he did lose back then, but it was about a year and I think a bit or 2 years ago or whatever. There was a huge fire. He lost everything. He's restarted his business again, and he picks up books every so often, gets in really good collections, and he gives pretty good prices. So yeah, so whenever I go by, it's always a lot of different stories, and he's well versed in comics. He's been around for 36 years. Really cool guy to talk to. So if you're ever in Montreal on De Carry, which is a street, he's definitely a guy to talk to. Comics with a K, so Comico or whatever. Anyways. Got this off him for about $5. It was pretty cool. Wolverine number 8. This is like the first patch, I guess, or patch cover or something like that. So this was in pretty good condition. A little bit of dings here and there, but pretty solid condition. Picked this up at another shop. I was looking for some Incredible Hulk stuff because the Incredible Hulk went insane with their prices for some stuff. Like again, Jim Bauer sent me an A-OK. Didn't really know much about the books until I started looking through the stuff he gave me, and then researching a little bit more. It's just pretty crazy, the prices on things that are going for with the with that new Hulk run, the Immortal Hulk. So anyways, this book used to be something, something to look out for. Pretty hard book to find. When I find it, I always pick it up. I have about 2 or 3 copies, I think, of this now. It's the Incredible Hulk Annual number 1. This is, I think, 2008 or 2011. First appearance of Spider Ghost, which would be the version of Ghost Rider and Peter Parker. So definitely a cool book if you are collecting any kind of first appearances for those video games, for the Spidey video games. All right, okay, back to Comico. Basically, picked this up. Really like this Mike Zeck cover. Deathlock, definitely an underrated character. Hopefully one day he ends up in something. Be kind of cool to see some cool cyborg action in the MUC. So I just think a very cool character to spec on. Also beautiful Mike Zeck cover. So just had to pick it up. Low grade newsstand, but doesn't really matter. This is the Defenders number 49 Moon Knight cover. Also first appearance of sorry, drawing a blank. It's one of those things from Agents of Shields, the robots. Anyways, or the whatever. It doesn't matter. All right, so Mighty Thor 229. Basically, I picked this up because I was reading a few CGC chat articles and different things. So Mighty Thor 229, Daredevil 115. So what's really cool about these books are, one, they're affordable. Two, they have if you go to the back where the Marvel stamp is, they have a first appearance of Wolverine actually as a preview. So again, we're not talking here on the channel about if previews are considered first appearances and all that jazz. I have the second appearance of Wolverine. I just thought it would be cool to get the preview appearance of Wolverine. So Mighty Thor 229. It's definitely something funny because, like, for me, I'm Canadian. The ad directs towards the Canadian hero or the Canadian villain. It's just kind of fun. It's a really, really cool piece of history that is very widely debated. So definitely something to look out for if you are looking for some sort of really cool non-keys. All right, the Forever People number 3. This is the first appearance of the Glorious Godfrey. I've been working on this run, so that's why I'm picking them up. It's not particularly like I'm trying to get the keys. I actually want to pick up most of the Forever People's first volume, so was glad to find this again at Comico. Didn't pay a lot for it, so thought it was kind of cool. $10, and thank you again for that movie ruining basically every chance for any dark side characters from Apocalypse. So because now I can afford to buy some keys again. All right. So Firestorm, the Nuclear Man, number 3. Some people know this is the first appearance of the first Killer Frost, besides the one that's in the New 52, and there's also one that was in the 80s. But this one I picked up because it was a Pence variant. I do collect Pence variants, so always looking for different key issues from the UK. And most of the time it's UK sellers, so you do have to take a risk when you're buying from the UK because, like I said, I've had some horror stories where people have shipped things really half-assedly. I don't know, it's just really bad, and they end up coming basically ripped and stuff. So, but this came in pretty good condition. It's a pretty solid newsstand Pence variant. So, yeah, cool book to look out for. And I think they announced something about a movie. I'm not sure. Don't believe anything that you hear sometimes, because you're just buying these keys. They shoot up in price, and then basically they don't do anything with the characters. So just be very cautious on how you buy things. All right. So this is the Mighty Thor 160. This is Galactus storyline where it talks about his origin. There's 159. Anyways, I was collecting the origin story of Galactus through the Mighty Thor. So this is the one I didn't have. Beautiful Galactus cover. Again, I think some of these books will probably end up being out of reach one day. Not so much because they're key issues, just because depending on what they do with the characters, some of the older books will be more expensive and more unattainable for newer collectors that are coming in. So if you get a chance, try to pick some stuff up. It's Silver Age doesn't hurt, and it's going to always be around. Again, there's issues on this book. You're going to find issues on lower grade copies, but a lot of the times, you know, it's nice just to own the book. And if you really appreciate the artwork, Stan Lee did a lot of these stories and worked with Kirby and a lot of the other greats that are out there. So definitely something to look out for, you know. All right. I would like to thank somebody for this. Now, I can't remember. Is it Poor Man's Comics? Probably. Anyways, this is the first appearance of Indiana Jones in a comic book, not a magazine form, comic book form. So just wanted to own this. Pretty cool cover. Again, this is a beat up coffee. Didn't pay a lot for it, and got this one on the eBay. Again, I'm not really big on shopping on eBay, but again, when it comes to certain comics in my area and even in Montreal, it's harder and harder to find different shops that are not putting things up to astronomical prices. Like I said, I went into a shop recently, and I swear to God, he was pricing out the 90s Batman series for like $10 each for back issues for 90s Batman, which were hundreds of thousands of them printed. It's like putting a bunch of dollar books with $10 price tags. So it's gonna, it's what's sad is I find when shops tend to jack the prices up on their back issues like that to the point where they're just following eBay trends. They're not even like this store. I think doesn't even because I'm not even going to mention the store's name, but the store doesn't even check if the recent sale prices of the eBay stuff. It actually checks out what the books are going for on eBay. So if someone decides to put some Batman cover on, from 1996 for $10, this guy will go on and basically do the same. So definitely definitely a shop I avoid most of the times. I do find stuff in his shop periodically, but if he finds it, he puts it on. Like he's got one of those Peter Porker spider hams on his wall for almost close to $100 Canadian. So it's probably like $20 US, but no. But besides from that, it's just ridiculous. I find with some of the shops and how they kind of try to find the trends between eBay and their own stuff. So that's one of the bigger problems I think that's going on right now in our area of Canada. So just insane prices for back issues, which I've never seen before. And I haven't been collecting that long, but usually your back issues are the ones that are going to be a little bit less costly when they're not keys. So apparently a couple of these shops now are catching on to trying to put everything up higher in price, which I think is just going to discourage people from collecting in the future, because why would I go into a shop, buy a non-key for $10 and then realize I could have found that in a dollar bin if I had hunted a little bit longer and taken the time. But again, we're in the buy it now generation, so a lot of people don't, I don't say everybody, but I think some people just are trying to get that next big thing, and sometimes they feel if they miss out on it or they're not going to get it right away, it's going to cause an issue. All right, so I'll do the next part of my haul after, and sorry for the little bit of a rant. Anyways, I know people skip over most of the time. All right, last part of the haul. All right, so back in with the last end of the haul video. This section is going to be a little bit more different, more 90s stuff, a little bit more like run filler stuff, some keys too. Definitely stuff to check out for when you're hunting around and looking for different comic books. So anyways, without any further ado, on with the haul. Okay, so this is More Than Meets the Eye, Transformers number 8. This is the second printing, so there was 2 printings for this. So anyways, I don't know if that's any significance. This copy is a really bad copy. It's actually a copy I'm going to have some issues with an eBay store. Again, buying stuff from eBay is always a risk. Conditioning, always go through your books. Once you buy a comic book, don't just take it for face value. Definitely go through the book. So the seller didn't put that. Basically, there was a maze in here and it was drawn in, which kind of sucks, but it's a great cover. I was trying to finish off. I have the run from 1 to 10. I was missing 8, so that's the reason I bought this book. I bought it on the cheap. Sometimes it's better to spend some money than actually think that. And it's also the first appearance of the Autobots, so it can go for a little bit. It's somewhat of a Transformers key. I've been trying to collect them all anyways from the first series. So I will be dealing with eBay for this. Hopefully it won't take too long. Sometimes it can go up to a month before you even see anything. So, all right. So the next book is Cowboys of Moo Mesa, 1990s goodness. Archie Comics. They did Street Sharks. They did a bunch of during the time when Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was quite hot. All these cartoon animal fighting teams came out of nowhere. So, anyways, this isn't the first issue. If you can find the first volume, that's the money book. That's the one's worth more. These go for a little bit too, but they're not as sought after. It's volume 2. Newsstand, of course. It's beat up. Got it for like $3-4. Wasn't very expensive because, you know, people just don't hunt these kind of keys down. So if you're looking for some cool books, definitely something to look for. All right, so this is Metal Gear Solid 1. This is the first appearance of Snake in comics. Ashley Wood did most of the artwork, interior, really cool. This is a second printing or second print variant. Really awesome. Very hard to find in the wild. You can get them on eBay. Don't pay for a lot. I think they just also this is going to become a movie, so I guess something to look out for if you're one of these speculators for movies or whatnot, right? So Double Dragon #1 newsstand. All right. Again, there was a little bit of issues with this book. This is actually a better copy. I have a direct edition of this. So I collect video game comics. That's one of the things that I'm very much into. And this is it's a pretty cool cover. I don't know actually who does the artwork or whatnot, but it's really cool. Double Dragon, used to play it a lot on Super Nintendo and Nintendo. So really cool. Something to pick up. So the next one is the Toxic Avenger #1 direct edition. Anyways, they're supposed to be rebooting this as a movie. I found this in a dollar bin. Do not pay a lot for this book, but it's just cool if you liked it. I remember what Toxie and the Toxic Avengers and all that jazz. So, all right, let's get down to some more books. I've got a couple more, and then this haul's done. Okay, so Killer Instinct #1. This is not the first appearance of Killer Instinct in a comic. If you remember that video game, this is actually, I think it's the volume 3, but just a really cool cover from Dynamite. Wanted to own it, picked it up. That's kind of cool. And this is Devil May Cry, The Chronicles of Virgil. Titans Comics came out a couple years ago. Again, a book that by Capcom also. Just another good, cool comic book related video game book, and I think they're making a mini series for people, so definitely something to look out for. The Michael Turner cover, I think, is the sawed-off one from the volume 1. So Devil May Cry Michael Turner cover, if you can find that one, gorgeous book, pretty expensive, but something to look out for if you're looking for video game books. And the final book that I'm going to show is my big book of the week. I just wanted to thank everyone again for subscribing to my channel and constantly checking out my videos. I know this one's a little bit long. It's a little more rants, a little more this and that. But I will have another video soon in the next 2-3 weeks. I have half a long box, short box still to show. So definitely tune in, and I hope you get something from the video still. The next video will probably consist of a little bit more key issues, but I'm just trying to branch off to show you what I like and what I'm not just going for the keys. I'm not just going for variants. I'm kind of just, I want to show what I'm collecting, and this year is going to be a little bit more relaxed, I think, with hunting those big giant keys down and just going back to what I enjoy to collect, and which are kind of like oddities, like I said, video game books and 90s books and some spec books. But again, I'm not crazy about all these top 10 lists. I feel that every channel now that is associated with a comic book store tends to have a top 10 list all of a sudden. So it's hard to trust things. I just collect what I like, and you should do the same thing. Please try not to let people influence you if you're a new collector. It's not worth it. It's really not worth it. Just take it for what it is, and if you're on YouTube, you love comic books, you want to show some stuff off. That's why I started doing it. It's because I used to look at a lot of these videos like Master X Splinter, Tom Ryan, Alex the Comic Hoarder, Doom 143. These are the guys I started watching when I first got onto YouTube, and I liked what they had to provide, which was information. I enjoyed their channels because the fact is they were charismatic and they were able to, they were very enjoyable. And then other people that came out after that, very similar collectors like Rags 143, not 143, Rags 7119. Sorry, Rags man. It's just too many numbers. You know, Gomez the comic collector, guys like that. You know, just people that you know are, you know, hunting, and they're trying to find those deals, and they're showing the passion for stuff. You know, and there's so many other great channels out there. You know, Reaper Tate, and you know, so many different, like ETA Nick, and they're great channels. It's just, I find our market is a bit saturated right now with these top 10 lists, and it's just too bad, you know. There's been some people that have kind of like went against the grain, which I always appreciate. Sunshine collects things, Tito with Kingdom Comics. These guys always speak out against the people that are kind of trying to pull the fast one over, and that's cool, you know. And I respect those guys too, and what they do, and it's very entertaining and it's very informative. So try to watch as many people's videos as possible. I know it's a lot, you know, in life. If you got 10 minutes a day, or you're in the gym or something, or just checking things out, just try to check it out. That's all. All right, that's enough rant. I'm going to go on with my last book. Thank you very much, Comicaholics. I gotta thank Wayne for this one, because he was always on my butt every time a posting came online for this, because I've been trying to get this book since I saw it on his channel, on the Comicaholics. I mean their channel, Wayne and Jess. All right, this is Mortal Kombat collector's edition comic book. Really super hard to find. This is a low grade copy. Don't care. Just wanted to have it for my collection. First appearance of Mortal Kombat in a comic book. Yeah, back in the day, you'd have to send away the basically the thing from the comic book with $3, and then you got the book. So cardstock, really thick cardstock, really cool comic to own if you're a comic book video game collector, and it's sort of a grail for me. So anyways, I can check this off from my list for 2019, because this was definitely one I was looking for. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and whoever lasted the 30 minutes through this video. Once again, you know, like, I will have in the description below the names of people to sub up for. Please sub up the channels if you get a chance. All right, anyways, have a good night, and I'll see you guys soon. Watch each other's channels and collect what you love. Peace.